Hey traders, David Frost, My Strategic Forecast. You're here for another episode of Common Sense Market Analysis. Today is Wednesday, November 6, 2024. We're looking at a daily chart of the SPY or Spider, which is the proxy for the S&P 500. What do we have on that docket today? Well, we had a huge rally in the market today. The SPY was up over $14 or 2.5%. We're going to call this the Trump rally, the Trump pop. We're not going to get into politics here. What we will say is one side trounced the other. The American people have spoken. Now let's just move on. The election is behind us. We've got what we've got. Specifically, which is she's at new highs above all the moving averages, and therefore the trend is in fact your friend. Now, will this continue and for how long? We don't know. However, I will tell you something that I did tell the live room today, and I had a discussion about what's called the law of alternation. And maybe people believe that the same thing that's going to happen or that happened in 2016 will happen this time around. Trump got elected, regardless of whether or not you wanted it or didn't. Market went up a lot for a long time, right into the COVID crash, if you will. And so, therefore, there's likely a lot of investors and or traders who believe the same thing is about to happen. However, what I believe, this trader believes in the law of alternation. I wouldn't be so sure that we're just going to go straight up from here. Sure, the euphoria is here. The initial shock is here. The markets went higher. That could last another few days or a few weeks. But all in all, I think the law of alternation will take hold. What I urge you to do is put that on a sticky note, write it down, put it on your desk, in your desk, under the blotter on your desk, in your pocket, in your shoe, or in your hat. Either way, put the sticky note somewhere where we can refer back to it later. The law of alternation. For now, she's powering higher. Here's the weekly chart. Here's the daily chart. Above all the moving averages, trend is your friend. All of a sudden, we're not that far away from SPY 600. It's not that close, but it's not that far. It's about 90 to 100 SPY or S&P, I should say, handles away. It's not out of the realm of possibility for sure. Not saying tomorrow, however, it could happen sooner than later. Going over to the ES, take a look at where we are. Look at 6,000 in the ES, not that far away. Today's closing print, 5,957, not that far away from the big fat or the next big fat round number of 6,000. Just putting in perspective where we are. Let's take a little detour for a moment. Haven't done one of these or two of these in a while, so let's do it today. We're talking lazy swing trader. We're talking lazy swing trader automagical algo system. She was rather quiet leading into the election. She's going to heat up now. She will come to the table with a whole new string of entry or swing trade numbers, whether they be short or long. They're a-coming. Check out the watch list in the coming days. It should, as they say in the trading parlance, repopulate. Let's just check out equity residential EQR. Short alert issued $73.18. The cover for the base hit, $69.55. A little over 5%. Base hits put you in the Hall of Fame. They also create risk-free, emotionless trades. EQR, Equity Residential. How about another one? Here's INTU, Intuit, Lazy Swing Trader, Automagical Algo System. Buy alert issued 618.83. Sell alert issued 665.07. That was today. High of day happened to be 668. How do they do that? It's the Lazy Swing Trader Automagical Algo System. Gets out right around the high print. How you doing? Automagical Algo System. But wait, there's more. The commentary inside the numbers. We had a fantastic and a classic entry for a morning trade today in the live room and inside the numbers. Wait till you see this design. Overnight, the citizens of the USA have spoken. They selected the 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump 2.0. The futures took off like a bat out of hell, pretty much just like they did last time he got elected. First they went down, then they turned around, and they went up for years following. So we have the whole thing where we have new highs and all that stuff, but we want to pay attention to a very important place. 586.12 is the former high and an area that will be tested sooner or later. This comes on the board at 9:05, 25 minutes before the opening bell, before the market is even opened for business. Have that one in your back pocket, give or take. 586.12. 932, 586.12 is the first place for a bounce. Very simple. 586.12. Need I say more? Even as the market's gapping up tremendously, all the news, it doesn't matter. The numbers work. 586.12 was the buy early today. They bounced off of it. They gave us a little bit of a rocket ride right away. A Whopper Jr. came back for a retest, never quite got there, took off and finished near the highs of the day. Nice trade inside the numbers and live room members right out of the gate, as they say in the trading parlance. Pause the video, read the notes, go back to the chart and double check the break and double check the work. 945, 586.12, give or take, is the most recent breakout area and a bounce back place. Could I be any more clear? Do you need to see any more? Even though the market was gapping up 100 handles, we still had a place where they were going to bounce off of and produce a trade. It didn't make any difference. Nothing changed from yesterday to today in terms of the potential morning trade. Didn't matter whether they were up or down 100 handles, we still got paid accordingly. And there's the bounce of 586.12 turned into a Whopper Jr. Pause the video, read the notes, go back to the chart, and double check the work. Also, we had some stocks on the move. So we had two that hit their entry objectives, two that did not. SMCI was one, and FSLR, First Solar, was another. Let's go take a look at those charts as well. And before we do, yes, we did. We have our laundry list of markets, exchange-traded products, futures on the board. We added DXY by request from one of the members. I will do that. If you have something you want to add numbers to and it makes sense, I will do that. If you're a member, if you're a paying member, I am certainly happy to oblige. Support number one, 586.12. Funny how that works. On the board, 5:30 a.m. this morning, Eastern Standard Time. Check out the other markets and the numbers to see for yourself whether they worked or did not. Let's just pick one at random. How about crude oil, CL? Just pick one out. We'll call it 70 and a quarter. Go from there. 70 and a quarter and a rip-roaring rocket ride away from 70 and a quarter after the spike of 70. This is during the regular session. This is in the overnight around 1 o'clock in the morning. Either way, the numbers work. These are on the board for members as early as possible each and every day. Remember, this will be like one of the last warnings. The price is going to go up pretty soon. I'm going to come out with a new checkout page, different price for inside the numbers and the live room. Existing members will be grandfathered in. More information, more work, more value equals higher price. That's just the way it works. Here's SMCI. As you could see, $22 and 2070 was a zone. They came into the zone. They did bounce back away from the zone. The numbers work. This was, in fact, a support zone today. You could see it more clearly on our traditional 5-minute chart. SMCI. Here's your zone in First Solar. They came into the zone. They spiked the zone. Here's what it looked like on an hourly chart. Tremendous tail, tremendous rip. We had a lot of traders in the live room make a lot of money on this trade, buying in the zone in First Solar and just giving it a few minutes to rip it back up in the other direction. Nice trade in First Solar. The numbers work. What's going on over in Camp IWM? Rip, roar, and rocket ride higher, almost 6%, almost $13, $12.99 on close. A rip, roar, and rocket ride for Camp IWM. You look at the weekly chart, and here is a breakout to the former highs. Not quite there yet, but they're headed in this neighborhood of the former highs. Just for kicks, let's check out the IWM first support level of the day, 234.20. This is on the table again for members bright and early in the morning. 234.20. Same routine as the spiders. We had the number in the IWM also. They spiked it, they ripped it, tested it, and ripped it again back up in the other direction. That was the support number for the day. Kind of funny how that works, isn't it? How would you do with these numbers each and every day if you were an Inside the Number member, a live room member? What would you think? Transports up 890 points, 5%. Rip, roar, and rocket ride higher. Been watching this for a while. Canary in the coal mine. Above all the moving averages. Trend is, in fact, your friend. Now, let's look at something logically. Is the market going to keep going up 2, 3, 5% each and every day, indefinitely into the end of the year and beyond into 2025? No, that's not going to happen. This was a euphoria day. You may get 2 or 3 more of these leading after the election, maybe into the end of the week, leading into the weekend, something like that. And then the market will have a natural garden variety pullback, whether it starts tomorrow, Friday, Monday, something like that. That will happen. That is normal garden variety stuff, the way the market works. Can you do anything with this kind of day and the transport's up 890 points? No. You wait for this thing to settle out. You wait for it to pull back. You wait for the market to develop the next thing. What about the Q people? They made a new high. So the former high, which had not yet been eclipsed, was over here. They eclipsed it today and closed at a new high. The high here is also known as the most recent breakout area, so what will happen from this point forward is they will come back to retest the most recent breakout area. This was the former high. It was resistance early. Then they busted it through. Then they will come back for a retest. Staying above will be the bull case. Getting below will be the bear case, in parentheses, bear case, not bear case necessarily up at new highs, but this is the same thing that happened with the spiders. The same occurrence will take place in the QQQ. Doesn't have to be tomorrow, but it will happen. They will be back to run a test of 503.52. Write it down, put it on a sticky note. XLF, same routine. They came close to our 45.90, put in a sideways, bullish, flaggish, pullbackish pattern, and then they had the rocket ride up today, again to new highs. You look at the weekly chart and you say, well, this is not sustainable, can certainly go higher from here, but they will need to pull back, again, toward home base, not at home base. They will need to come back toward home base. Look how far they are extended on the weekly chart, and again, here on the daily chart, again, all of a sudden extended from home base or the 20-period moving average. They will need to come back in that direction. But this was on volume. This had institutional participation. This is important stuff. One place we're not at new highs is good old Smash Mouth, or the SMH. Above all the moving averages, that's fine. Trend is your friend, but she has yet to eclipse the big time $14 down day. I've been watching this since it happened. We've been talking about it since it happened. Yes, above all the moving averages, trend is your friend, but until or unless she eclipses and closes above the high of this day, this daily candle high, which is 262.11, this is susceptible to be falling at some point in time in the near term. We don't know yet, but is this a lower high situation, you have a high, and then you have a lower high situation? Or are they going to bust that lower high situation, stay above the moving averages, make a new high here, and take this scenario off the table? The next several days to week or so will tell the tale. Important stuff. The semis are a good proxy for the tech space as a whole. Right now, we've got the Trump euphoria rally across the board. We'll see if it lasts more than a couple of days. Have I told you how much I appreciate each and every one of you? Without you, these videos, they're not possible, and that is true and accurate information. We're pulling the ripcord here today. I'm David Frost, My Strategic Forecast. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Common Sense Market Analysis.